Hello, welcome back to Really Ringwood.
We have a lot more people to talk about, don't we?
We do, yes. Last time we talked about the 5 Republicans running for council, and today we're talking about the 5 Democrats running for council.
That's excellent. Now, we highlighted the fact that the entire Borough Council currently, including the council-appointed mayor and deputy mayor, they're all part of the Republican Party. And while today we will look at the members of the Democratic Party, we're also going to see their ideas and positions and what those would be and what they would be for Ringwood. Now, we're gathering this information just as we did in the last episode from their campaign pages, their Facebook pages, and we're going to make sure that we provide links to all of that information so you'll be able to find it yourself.
And we're doing this in an effort to make sure that every Ringwood resident can have a full view of the candidates who are running for these incredibly important council seats, as the people who are elected are going to have a huge role in the future of our town. How will issues like high-density housing, protecting our lakes, and managing our tax budget going to be handled? We encourage all residents to be fully informed and make your voices heard at the polls this fall.
Right, so let's start off. Let's introduce you to Eric Gilman. Now, again, getting information right off of Eric Gilman's page here. He's lived in Ringwood for 15 years with his wife and 2 children in the Stonetown section. He's a leader for the Lakeland Track, Soccer, and Robotics Parent Organizations. And you might recognize him from running for council last year against Michelle Kerr. Now, remember, Michelle Kerr was appointed to fill the temporary vacancy that was made when Councilman McCracken moved out of state. And we hinted at the fact that how that happened is kind of a pattern that you see from the Republican Party, and we're going to unpack that in an episode that you're going to want to stick around for. It's coming up very soon. Now, he ran on a platform wanting to be a voice for all residents instead of just a single party that has been the one that's sort of in control the last number of years here, and bring 4 additional candidates with him to bring that vision to life. Mr. Gilman grew up in Pompton Plains. He has an engineering degree from Princeton, an MBA from Lehigh University, and has over 25 years experience as an engineer and a project management leader.
Next up is Bree Sando. She was born and raised in Ringwood and just moved back here in 2020 with her husband and 2 children, and they live in the Cupsaw area. She says that she loved growing up in Ringwood due to the nature and the natural beauty that we all love here. She's got her master's in public administration from NYU with a focus on public policy. She has prior experience as a bureau director for the New York State Comptroller. She also has more than 10 years experience working on budgeting, policy, and fiscal issues. And here in Ringwood, she's involved in the Vivian Milligan Memorial Scholarship, coaching the Dribblers soccer team, and working on a Trex bench for the native plant garden at the Ringwood Library. She's also a president of the Ringwood Democratic Organization, and she helps organize events including participating and caring for Ringwood Day, collecting diapers for the Ringwood Center for Food Action, and hosting a school supplies drive.
All right, up next is Erica Travon. She moved to Ringwood in 2013 with her husband and 3 children, and they live in the Erskine Lake area of Ringwood. She has a degree in dental hygiene and went to Pace University for her bachelor's. She has worked as a dental hygienist and an office manager for over 25 years, and she is very involved in the Ringwood PTO, the library, the Lakeland Marching Band, and the Ringwood Education Foundation. She is the co-vice president of the Ringwood Democratic Organization and works on organizing the annual Easter egg hunt, Christmas caroling, and Family Fun Day.
And then we have Mark Savastano. Now, he's lived in Ringwood for 15 years with his wife and 3 children. He serves as the treasurer of the Erskine PTO, and he's been doing that for over 5 years. He's a class parent for his kids. He lives in the Skyline Lakes area, and he works in IT for the healthcare industry, and he's been doing that for over 15 years. Looking at his bio, he's passionate about Fieldstone, the quarry, the Superfund site, and wants to ensure that the choices that are made regarding these issues are done in the interest of the residents of Ringwood and with full transparency from local government.
And finally, we've got Dan Daly. Now, as you may be aware, there's a 5th seat open for election due to Councilwoman Forrest resigning earlier this year. So there is a new face on the ballot. There are 5 seats up instead of only 4. This is very important, obviously, because these results can drastically change the direction our town is going to go in the coming years.
Yeah, I mean, for a town that's been run by Republicans, I think it's 38 of the last 40 years, in one election cycle, there could be a pretty seismic shift to the other side. Or if you're a Republican, this is an opportunity to keep the town makeup as you would like it to be. So this is a truly, truly epic election.
Right. If you like the way things have been, then you need to come out and vote. If you want to see things change, you got to come out and vote. But anyway, sorry, we about Dan Daly.
About Dan Daly. He has lived in Ringwood for over 23 years. He has his Bachelor of Arts from the University of Notre Dame and his MFA in acting at the University of Washington. He lives in Ringwood with his wife, and they raise their children in Ringwood, and he has actually performed as an actor for the last 45 years. He also wants to bring transparency to the town council, which I certainly think is something that most residents of Ringwood would love to see.
Absolutely.
We would all love to see that, wouldn't we?
So there you have it. Those are the Democrat and Republican candidates for council. We've shared their backstories, their goals as candidates, and we hope you take a careful look at all candidates and exercise your right to vote this November. And we're going to have a lot more about these candidates, the issues that they are running on, and more about the election in general as the election season draws closer.
All right. So again, remember, we're here just having a discussion. We want you to continue that discussion, and we are not journalists. We are not researchers. We are just simply having a conversation about our community. We thank you for joining us for this conversation, but continue it amongst yourselves, amongst your friends, amongst those who you don't consider your friends, but just talk about it. That's what makes Really Ringwood, Really Ringwood.